The regular recommended daily dose of funny is just not enough. Thankfully, we have extra funny with TJ and Riggins.
Yeah, thankfully. Thankfully, we have more to do.
Yay.
Ugh. So, what is it, Thursday? Yeah, it's Thursday.
Today's Thursday.
Mm.
Yeah.
The Thursday for the ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So here's an extra funny type story. There's this guy in Oregon who was, I don't know whether, I think he was arrested for illegal fishing or like killing fish or something like that. But that's not what made the national news. What made the national news is because when they arrested him, he was wearing a fishing shirt that read Master Baiter on it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, which is one of the oldest, tiredest jokes in America.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Masturbate and tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Great. So what was he doing? He was stealing the fish?
No, he was killing the fish.
Just killing them.
Somehow illegally fishing and killing the fish.
Okay.
But I think that he should be punished more for wearing the shirt out in public than for the wildlife violation.
Absolutely.
I really do. And I was going off on this the other night on my talk show on the news talk station. We're going to have to start penalizing people who act uncivilized. I'm so sick of people not knowing how to act. Like there was this couple on a flight from, I think, Vermont or Connecticut to Florida the other day, and they were arrested because she was performing on him on the flight, and kids saw it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So I said, those people, not only should they have been arrested, they should be charged and given the tag of sex crimes. They should be called sex offenders, just like you would anybody else who is involved with sexual activities or sexual exposure to a child. Not only having to just alert their neighbors and all that, the judge should say, you gotta you're gonna have to pay for billboards to go up in town, so everybody that you live around knows what kind of trash you are. And they should have to go to prison for that, just like any other sex crimes with children. I mean, we've got to start doing something so people will learn how to act again. So you got all these innocent people just trying to, they're just trying to get a burger at McDonald's, and then they got their kids in there, and all of a sudden the manager is shooting at the mom of an employee because they were fighting. And that was another story that happened.
Wow.
And you see it all the time. People just fighting and yelling and cussing. I mean, if you don't know how to be civilized, then you don't need to be in civilization.
Correct. And the punishment's not enough to make people stop doing it. So like you said, it needs to be extreme.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Make it to where people understand you cannot act this way in public. Mm-hmm. We have a civil society, and you must at least be able to fit into a civil society.
Yep.
At the bare minimum. And if you can't, then you need to be removed from civil society until you do learn how. So put them in a prison, and every day have them taught manners and proper decorum before they're allowed to get back out on the street. That's the rehab. The rehab in prison should be teaching them how to have manners and act civilized.
Yep.
What about okay, so let's say this guy in Portland that was killing the fish or whatever. So he's going to be sentenced on a local level for the fish crime. Does he go to a different prison for the fashion crime of wearing the masturbator shirt?
No, they can work the people teaching the civil discourse. See, then you can combine it. I'm taking a civil discourse, so it's a course and discourse.
Sure.
See, I'm already firing on all cylinders here.
Yeah.
Right.
So they can have that in fish prison.
Okay.
But I don't think he should go to fish prison, and that should be a citation or probation or something like that. But the acting uncivilized by wearing a vulgar T-shirt out in public should be court mandated civil discourse.
Okay.
I think I've just figured out my new career path.
Teaching the civil discourse class.
Fashion police jail. Fashion. What would I be called?
Be a fashion enforcement officer, an FEO.
FEO. I like it. And I would do well at it.
Yeah, but it can't just be for people who don't have good taste in clothes. It would have to be for people who are whatever they're wearing is bad manners and offensive.
Yeah, I mean, it could,
like the shirts with cussing on them and all of that.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be called a moron many times.
Yeah,
And the good thing is nobody can fire me because they're actually truly morons. Like they need to be told.
Mm-hmm.
Anything goes when you're the FEO.
But I just picture, Riggins, I can't ever remember that British guy's name that teaches about manners and, we properly use a fork too. When you eat your peas, and he's like Mr. Prim Proper and all that. And he's funny. Like he would be teaching the civil discourse.
Right.
To people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's basically like, it's like a juiced up version of cotillion for offenders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I know it comes from, the breakdown of the family unit over the years and nobody teaching these people right from wrong. It's just a full on, well, I want to do it. I'm going to do it. And I don't care what anybody else thinks. But I mean, you're sitting there in it was a Spirit Airlines plane. And even if there aren't kids around, you're still going to be doing that.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
It's just like you're animals.
Animals. That's it.
Were they super ugly?
Yeah, but they were ugly. Like had let themselves go ugly. They could have been presentable,
Yeah.
But it's just you gotta look at it like they are the type that's low class enough to be doing that on a plane. So, yeah, they look nasty. They look like, what do you call them? The little hobos.
Yeah.
Man, there's just no place I've ever been like less aroused in than an airplane. Like I don't even want that in an airplane. Leave me alone.
Club thing and all of that. That's never been something. Oh, that would be so cool.
Yeah, never.
No.
Don't touch me.
I don't want to touch anything on a plane, period.
Yeah.
Like not even the pull down, table.
Yeah. I want my little glass of Diet Coke and leave me alone. I want to put my AirPods in and leave me alone.
Okay. Well, that reminds me, I was going off on something on my show last night. And one of the guys that works on the show is a producer. I think I may have offended him.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, accidentally, obviously. So I'll tell you about that next.
This is TJ Riggins Extra Funny. Introducing the new Media Center on the TJRiggins.com home screen. Watch the TJ and Riggins Show with new Carolina-specific content, deals, and more. Available to check out every weekday. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
heard me talk about Mandu Charlotte, and now it's your time to go for absolutely free. Mandu Charlotte is an electromuscle stimulation workout. It's only 15 minutes, and it feels like you've been in the gym for hours. You're toner, leaner, stronger. You feel better in your clothes. You look better in your clothes. What's not to love? So check out Mandu Charlotte at tjriggins.com/fitness and get your first session free. Mandu Charlotte.
The TJ and Riggins Show stream is sponsored by R. Gregory Jewelers in Statesville, North Carolina. They're family owned and operated, and they speak diamond. Find something beautiful at tjriggins.com/diamond.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
Let's do it!
Now, back to TJ and Riggins Extra Funny.
Okay. So the story I was just talking about where the manager of the McDonald's shot, allegedly, but it was on video, shot the mom of one of the employees. What the story is that the manager sent the teenage employee home because the teenage employee refused to take out the trash. Because the manager said, you need to take out the trash, and she refused. So she said, well, then you're out of here. Go home. So then the employee's mom showed up, ready to fight. Uh-oh. So they're going at it, and and somehow I don't know where she went to get it, but the manager, according to this video, went and got a gun and shot the mom in the leg. Mm-hmm. All right. So, talking about that on my my night show, and one of the guys that works on the night show's name's Lonnie, and I just start going off on this. Why is the mom upset? The teenager is there to work, and you can't just refuse to do a normal task like take out the trash when you're working for these people. And I'm going on, and Lonnie's just looking at me. And this was during part of the show that Isaac and Lonnie are at microphones contributing to the conversation. So most of the time, if I'm talking to them, I'll have to call them in. Hey, where are you? And they're off mic and they have to come in. But this is a deal where they have the freedom to speak at any point they want to. And Lonnie's just looking at me, and then he goes, oh, and Isaac's jumping in too. He's like, yeah, that's dumb. How dumb do you have to be? Blah, blah, blah. He's all on the side of the manager saying, you can't just refuse to do something. And Lonnie goes, well, that exact same thing happened to me when I was a teenager. I was working at McDonald's, and they wanted me to take out the trash, and I didn't want to do it. And so I got fired.
No.
What? I said, why did you not take out the trash? He goes, well, you got to understand, it was, and I thought he was going to say it was storming, it was hailing, it was a lightning striking the ground situation. But he goes, but you got to understand, it was nasty.
You're like, oh my God. Did you feel bad, like foot in mouth, or you're just like,
no.
Okay?
For a second I did, but then, he's, I think he's 36 now. Yeah, and he goes, but I learned from that. Thank God I wouldn't do that now, obviously. But then I was a teenager and I thought I knew everything.
Yeah.
And it was just because he said that trash was nasty. It stunk. He was thinking, I wasn't messing with that.
Oh my God, that's great.
And then it reminded me, and I told him the story. I said, well, the producer on my other show talking about Rob, worked at Carowinds, the amusement park, for through one pay period. I think it was 2 weeks. Was it a week or 2 weeks that they got paid every 2 weeks? Yeah. He worked 2 weeks to get his first paycheck, and it was enough to buy the Game Boy or whatever that he wanted. And he took the money on that first paycheck and then ghosted them. Never went back. He said, I got what I needed, and that was it.
That's great.
Which one do you think is more ridiculous to quit over? Getting enough money to buy something or refusing to take the trash out?
I think refusing to take the trash out.
That's what I was going to say.
And
Yeah.
that's part of your job description,
Right.
Yeah. Rob fulfilled
Yeah.
all his duties. He left after
Right.
a little early and didn't give the proper
But
notification.
is it worse because Rob actually knew before he started the job that that's what he was going to do? And the other guy's just like on a whim. Maybe he was having a bad day and he was
Yeah.
just like, I'm not going to do it. But Rob actually got a job knowing he was going to ghost him in 2 weeks. I don't know.
That is bad. It's
Yeah.
bad all the way around. I have to flip a coin, I guess.
Yeah. It's like premeditated.
Rob's was more diabolical
Correct. Yeah.
instead of just more
Right.
of denial, or whatever,
Yeah.
or more less
Yeah.
than less of a protest.
Yeah.
The man just wanted to play some Donkey Kong. He had a one-track mind at that time.
Yeah.
He was like, I got to play this.
God. That's crazy.
And being the what do they call them? Oops babies, because all of his siblings were so much older than he was, and so his parents were just like, we don't have energy to deal with this young one.
Yeah.
Like, why aren't you working? Because I got the money I needed to buy this. All right, whatever.
Yeah.
My parents would have,
And
I don't even want to know what.
no, I was just going to say the difference is that Lonnie now knows he made a mistake. He goes, I was young and I was bad. I've learned from that. Rob, still, if you ask him now, he's like, yeah, I made enough money to buy the GameCube and I was
He has
out.
no
Like,
remorse.
he didn't learn a thing. He's like,
Yeah, I think
no.
I bet Rob now though wouldn't just leave him hanging. He would still quit, but he would let him know, hey, I'm not going to be back.
Maybe he would,
Yeah.
but he hasn't said so.
I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt here. Since he's 39 now.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Lindsay, what all did you do job in high school? You worked at the tanning bed in college, right? That was in college.
That was college. And thank God that was college because I did see some crazy stuff. My jobs in high school. So when I was 15 or when I was, 15, 14, I don't know. I was a lifeguard at our, like a summer pool job.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
My brother was the manager.
Yeah.
And then actually was it the day I turned 16, I started working at that store. It was called The Body Shop. It's not the soap and, body care. It was like a clothing store, which then turned into a Body Central, Anyway, I was subpoenaed because the manager was stealing clothes and doing cocaine in the bathroom. Remember that story?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And, come to find out they hired me because I was an idiot and would never get on to what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
But they stopped me in the mall. I was shopping with my friends one day and the manager came up and was like, you have the best fashion. You need to be our manager. And I was like, oh,
Manager.
thank you. Oh my God. You know what? You're not even do you have any experience? I was like, no, I've never had a retail job. They're like, perfect. You're the perfect candidate to be the manager. I was like, I am so fashionable, guys. Back up.
Yeah.
I'm the one.
Yeah. They just didn't figure you'd get tipped off to what they were doing.
And I didn't. And they knew I was a moron. So I was just
So
in my own world.
when you got subpoenaed, did you have to go and be questioned and all of that?
Yeah. I remember the day I told my dad that I had gotten subpoenaed. I didn't even know what it meant. I didn't know any of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know what I was going in for. I remember thinking, I'm not even sure why I'm here, So when I went in and got questioned, I knew nothing. I mean, I was truly an idiot. I'll give you an example.
But you really didn't know what they were doing. Like you could honestly say, I've never seen them do that. I have no knowledge of that and all that.
But as I'm being questioned, I'm realizing how stupid I am because, for example, at the end of the night, the mall closes at 9. It'd be like 9:30. We're about to leave. The manager or the manager would have a huge black trash bag full of clothes. And she'd say, I'm going home and tagging these. Knowing what I know now, you don't take clothes home and tag them. You tag them in the store. That's part of your job.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, girl, don't work over the weekend. Like, oh my, you're awesome.
Yeah. and so they were using that. And were they found guilty?
Do what?
Were they found guilty?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, we can say she was selling the clothes for drugs. Okay.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Apparently, they were doing the drugs in the store bathroom. I didn't know any of that. I mean, they were like doing a whole deal out of the back inventory stock room, drug deals. I didn't know that. Like, just.
You were just
the worst manager
she was just
ever.
all blown up because she was the manager, 16 years old, the manager of the store. Just like she was when we told her that she was our HR director.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God. They're
So
like, no,
honored.
you don't understand.
I'm so honored.
Yeah. You actually won't be doing.
That is crazy. You've been around a lot of cocaine in your life, Lynn.
I have, and just didn't know it.
It's Extra Funny with TJ and Riggins. Where are these huge discounts on great products? The deals page at tjriggins.com.
Check it out.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Yeah.